Hey gang, it is qwaack, and I am so sick. My allergies is kicking in. So, it's Wednesday, January 11th, and 7:28. And yesterday I went to the courts because of this restraining order that Anastasia put me in. And it turns out I met my lawyer, and I met my lawyer for the first time, and then she was telling me about they want to do something like a refrain where I don't speak to her for a year, and it get lifted, it don't go on my record, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So I told my lawyer I didn't do anything, and she's like, yeah, I know, I know, I know. I was like, no, really, I didn't do anything. I don't even know why I'm here. And then I showed her a couple of the texts, and I said, "There's nothing in the texts that's saying Husam leave me alone, Husam you stalk me, Husam you're harassing me, nothing." So she was reading texts, and then she saw one. She was like, "Can you open it up?" And then I opened it up, and she saw the date, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna show this." End up showing this to the lawyer, and she ended up showing it to the lawyer. Lawyers said she did. Her lawyer, she said she didn't want to see it because she's concentrating on this refrain. And then she came back and she said, "Well, you could take this to trial, but the trial is like 6 months from now. It would be April 20th, or you can take the refrain and it'd be a year." And you know, I was like, "I didn't do anything, so let's go to trial." And she's like, "Okay." So we went in and we scheduled trial, and as we scheduled it, um, I see her looking at me. I'm looking straight. I see her looking at me through my peripheral, like, "Oh my God, you're actually going to do this?" So, um, he said to her that February 3rd, because she wrote 9 a.m. on, she didn't say specifics like 9 a.m. Monday, this date. She just said 9 a.m. This, that, the other happened. And so he was like, "I'm gonna give you a chance to revise this or dismiss it. And you come back February 3rd, you know, and then we'll go to trial April 20th. So February 3rd is the next time I go. I don't know what's going to happen, if she's going to dismiss it, if she's going to, that's Elijah, um, like, or keep it going, or revise her statement. So I go and I leave the courtroom. She's ahead of me, so I'm walking behind her, and then she stops. So I walk past her, walk down the stairs, and I look up. I see her walking down the stairs. I'm like, so I'm walking towards the bus stop, and then I hear Husam, Husam. I'm like, am I losing my mind, or am I hearing things? Am I hearing this woman's voice? And she said it again, Husam. So I look back, and I see her following me. I'm like, I don't think we're supposed to be talking. So then she comes up to me and she says, "I'm sorry for hurting you." I'm like, and she's like, "Husan, put your head up. I don't. I want the reason why I'm stopping you is because I want to encourage you. Like, I don't want you to stop doing your music. I don't want you to lose yourself in this. I want you to be encouraged, and I'm sorry for hurting you." I asked her, and she's like, "Husan, put your head up," because I didn't look at her. I was like, I was keeping my head down and not looking at her, like keeping. And she's like, "Look at me, Husan. Put your head up." So I look at her, and she's like, sorry for hurting you. You know, I was like, why? Basically, I just asked her, why are we here, man? I didn't do anything. Like, she's like, who's how I feel? I don't know you. I was like, you do know me, man. You know everything. What my reason for living. You know, you experience. You know me, man. And it's you, man. Like, she's like, well, it just was an hour and a half conversation. Overall, she apologized, but she didn't do it correct. And she was like, I was like, why are we here? Like, I didn't do anything to you, you know? Like, you got someone who raped you and he's not here, but I'm here. And we just had this long conversation. And she ended up saying he didn't rape you. He didn't rape her. And I was like, so you're lying again? And then I was like, you're lying. You saying I pushed you into a door and you saying I grabbed you. I was like, how did I grab you? How did I push you? And did you hit me? And she was like, no. And I was like, see, there you go lying again. Like, how am I supposed to believe anything? You're doing this apology for yourself. Like, you're not doing it for the right reason. You're doing it for you. Like, and she was like, well, no, you probably don't believe me, but I care about you, Husan. I'm like, no, you don't. You care about you. Because you don't see anything outside yourself, man. Like, why are we here? Well, because I feel I don't know you. I don't know what you're gonna do. So you think I'm gonna come over to your house and do something to you? She's like, well, you threatened that you was gonna come over to my house, and I said to do what? What am I coming over there for? To tell your parents the truth. That I helped you, man. Like I freed you. And yeah, it may have been a little malicious, man, because I'm a human being. I have feelings. Yeah, the stuff that I was saying had a little maliciousness to it, but in the end, it said, please help her. And then she had a nerve to say her pops said, well, if you love, he claims that he loves you so much, I would have never went to, if your moms did the same thing to me, I would have never went to her parents and said that. I would have kept it to myself. And a lot of people would have kept it to themselves. I said, I'm not like them, man. Like, that helps you open the door for your moms to finally tell the truth of what happened between you and your pop, your real father. What happened between, you know, her upbringing, so she can finally have a real relationship with her daughter instead of this fake it. So I was like, first off, he abused you as a kid, and then he has the nerve to talk about love. I'm an abused kid. I was abused as a child, and you was abused as a child, and he has the nerve to say I don't love you because I told your parents the truth. Like there was nothing in there that was lies. And then she's like, well, you got Jessica to you gave Jessica my number and you got them threatening me. And I was like, I didn't do that. And I showed her my conversation with Jessica. I was like, well, Marlene told me that. Like, how am I supposed to believe anything? I'm like, Marlene communicate with her. Like, these people really trying to just. I didn't understand why she stopped me, man. It fucks with me, man. Because I didn't expect her to stop. I was just walking to the bus stop, man. And now I have a feeling because she feels like there's a slight opportunity she's going to lose. There's a slight chance she's going to lose. Not opportunity. A slight chance she's going to lose. And if she loses, she's crying wolf. And being that I have text messages that's contrary to what she's saying, it looks like she's crying wolf. And she's going to have to deal with that. And she's like, well, I just wanted to do the right thing. I said, do the whole right thing. Well, why don't you just accept the reframe? Reframe doesn't mean that we can't talk and we can't talk on the phone. You can't be aggressive with me. And I was like, first off, I got a restraining order. She's like, no, I made sure that it wasn't a restraining order because, I didn't want them to affect your job and all this stuff. Yeah, I said, first off, man, you going around telling people about, like, you got a new phone, you got a new car, all that stuff. You going around telling people the business between me and you, man, at my job. You telling Thais that I have a restraining order, and if I don't show up, that they're gonna arrest me. And you talking about a refrain? And I'm like, well, it's a new year, and I don't even communicate. You're pointing fingers at me, and I'm like, yo, why are we here? Well, because you take things to the extreme. You don't think this isn't an extreme? Like, I'm paraphrasing a lot, but overall, it didn't get solved, man. And she said she wanted to do what's right. I said, do the real right thing. Do the whole thing. Don't do halfway. You cheated on me. You had sex with someone else while you was with me. You kissed other people while you was with me. While I'm being here waiting for you, thinking that taking you seriously. You didn't even give me the benefit. You didn't even give me the fair chance to say, you know what? Let me do my thing. You do your thing, and then when we get together like that. You didn't do that. You allowed me to look like a fucking fool, and you shitted on me, man. And I mean, it's part of life, and she's young. She's only 22, so she's coming into herself. She's coming into her own, her being beautiful and her getting attention. So she got to grow and get used to guys giving her attention and stop with the spoiled treatment. But my thing is like, why am I here? And why were you communicating with me? Like, and she said she forgives me. And I'm like, wow, what did I do to you? What did I do? It was just a lie. It's like I'm speaking about it everywhere, but I just it just messed me up, man. As she came up to me, she was looking very, very beautiful. Like, I wish she had a different mind state, a more mature mind state to understand who I am. Like, she's trying to discredit me, and like my thing is, I don't know what I'm learning. Like, I guess this is for her to learn because I don't want to become bitter because of this, but I don't view women the same, man. I really like. There's no good examples, man, and I feel like it's Beyonce's fault, and all these women who separate, saying the stupidity of women need to stick together, and even with her and Marlene, they sticking together, and no one knows the real story, and I'm telling the truth, man. Like, it just hurts, man, because the real reason why I'm here was because she didn't want me to tell her parents the truth. And now that the parents know the truth, nothing changed. They love her still. Nothing changed. And now she's seeing that, and now it's starting to register that, man, it wasn't going to be as bad. Like, so what? I stripped. I was desperate. Like, I broke that down. I was like, people identify with truth, man. Everybody makes mistakes, man. But people, you can explain yourself. And people will be like, yo, you're real, man. And it's like, yo, you a liar, man. Like, you still living a lie and you still don't get it. So, overall, that was my day. I found out today I didn't get unemployment. So, I sent a letter for a hearing. Um, still at the shelter. I didn't sleep there yet. Um, Elijah got the editing, but now the booklet don't have this right serial number, so he's mailing out that back to the dude, and he's supposed to be mailing the right serial number and all that. So all I got is music, man. I don't have no more income coming in. Josh gave me $100, and I have to wait till Friday, so it registers. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just a little shocked, man. Like she actually came and spoke to me. It messes with me. I couldn't sleep, man. Like, why is she fucking with me, man? Well, I know the real reason. Like, she don't even know what impact I left on her life. So she'll learn too. And sorry, cause my other camera, that battery died. That's why I'm using the Mac. So that's why it's a little different. All right, too.